Hello and welcome to Victory Angel Reviews. I'm your host, Venkali Faye. I'm going to start by reviewing an anime I liked long ago, Yoroiden Samurai Troopers, or as it's better known, Ronin Warriors. Yoroiden Samurai Troopers was produced by Sunrise and ran on Nagoya Television from 1988 to 1989, for a total of 2 seasons consisting of 39 episodes in all. There was also a short 2-part manga series created after the anime, as well as 4 CD dramas, numerous cassette dramas, novels, soundtracks, and 3 OVAs. YST was licensed for American television in 1995 by Graz Entertainment and dubbed to English by Ocean Group, under the title of Ronin Warriors. The reason it was given this title instead of Armor Legends Samurai Troopers was because Saban currently had 2 Sentai shows out called Superhuman Samurai and VR Troopers, and Graz did not want to face a lawsuit. Ronin Warriors first aired on several channels such as Fox, UPN, and the Sci-Fi Channel. It was eventually adopted and aired on Cartoon Network's Toonami Block and Rising Sun Block in 1999 until 2001. Bandai started releasing this series to DVD in 2002. Unfortunately, Bandai did not promote this series well. Many fans of this series were never even aware that Ronin Warriors was even released to DVD. Not long after releasing the 3 OVA series to English, Ronin Warriors went officially out of print. The plotline of the series is this. 1,000 years ago, a demon warrior known as Arago appeared in the human world bearing a monstrous armor that was created from the negative energies of humankind. He had conquered the netherworld and had moved his sights to the human world. Most humans who stood up to Arago were slaughtered. One day a lone warrior appeared with a white tiger by his side. This warrior was known as Kaos. He challenged and defeated Arago, exiling the demon emperor and his evil dynasty to the netherworld. However, Arago's armor still remained behind. Knowing that the armor's presence would give Arago a foothold in the human world in which he would be able to easily return, Kaos attempted to destroy it. However, he was unable to destroy the armor itself, so instead he formed it into 9 individual armors. 4 of the armors had powers based on the 4 seasons and possessed Bushido virtues of loyalty, obedience, piety, and endurance. The remaining 5 had powers based off the 5 elements and were blessed with Confucian virtues of benevolence, wisdom, courtesy, trust, and justice. Kaos entrusted these armors to 9 noble families to protect them from generation to generation, until the day the armors were needed. As Arago waited for the day he had enough strength to break through to the human realm once again, he was able to corrupt the virtues of the 4 season armors, calling them and their bearers to his side with promises of wealth, power, and immortality. These 4 became Arago's warlords, Shuten Doji, Rajara, Anubusu, and Naza. Around the same time, an 8-year-old girl named Kyra is abducted from a clan of Yamibushi and taken to the Netherrealm, where she is brainwashed into serving Arago. Sensing that Arago was indeed returning, Kaos made sure the armors made their way into the hands of the members of each of the remaining families who had the closest connection to their armor's virtue. These warriors became the samurai troopers: Rekka no Ryo, Tenku no Toma, Korin no Seiji, Suiko no Shin, and Kago no Shu. The 5 warriors first encounter one another when Arago and his minions are finally able to invade the human world and abduct the entire population of the Shinjuku area. The only surviving civilians were a woman named Naosti Yagyu, who conveniently is also the granddaughter of a college professor who has studied many myths and legends regarding the armors. With her is a young boy named Jun Yamano, whose parents were victims of the dynasty attack. After a very rocky first meeting, the warriors decide to work together to defeat Arago and rescue the citizens of Shinjuku. Fearing the unity that the samurai troopers were developing could become a great weapon, Arago scatters the 5 warriors across Japan. Unfortunately for the dynasty, the places Arago sent them were the places that could generate power for their armors. I wonder if that was intentional. Probably not. Knowing the warriors were still alive and could still pose a threat, Arago sends his warlords out to track down the warriors while they were divided and slay them. Despite the dynasty's efforts, however, Yo is able to find and rescue his companions. After several skirmishes with the dynasty forces, Kaos appears to the 5 warriors and tells them the truth about their armor. He also convinces Shuten Doji that Arago was only using him and really desired his armor. And just when it looked like the warriors were getting a new member to their team, the other 3 warlords appear and take Shuten with them to the dynasty and throw him in prison as a traitor. Kaos sacrifices himself to create a bridge to the dynasty stronghold. Arago first lets his warlords try and defeat the samurai troopers, but eventually he gets bored with watching his minions getting their asses handed to them by a bunch of teenagers, so he eats his warlords, which gives him back part of his armor. He then proceeds to devour all the samurai troopers except Yo. He, however, hesitates because in order to kill Arago, he would have had to kill his companions as well. This leaves him open to be devoured. However, when all seems lost, Yo is able to call upon the souls of his companions, which form into a powerful white armor that is able to defeat Arago for the time being. You would think this is where the story would end, but nope, the second season is just getting started. After about 5 bridge episodes in which 2 other demon warriors show up wanting the power of the white armor and more or less claim that they are more powerful than Arago, which is kind of ridiculous seeing as they both had about 2 episodes of airtime between them. There's also some classic hissy fit moments from Yo over the fact that the white armor takes a lot of energy out of his companions and himself, which leaves everyone exhausted, and also the Rekka swords break. One morning, each of the troopers receives a vision from the spirit of Kaos, who cryptically speaks to them, so they all think, Kaos is telling us to go out and train so we become stronger. So the 5 warriors decide to go their separate ways for a while so they can figure out what Kaos had been trying to tell them. Is it me, or do these guys become magnets for all sorts of problems when they are separated? You would have thought they would have learned by now going solo is not a good idea. While they're trying to figure out the messages that Kaos had given them, Shin, Seiji, and Shu are abducted by the dynasty. A girl named Demon Priestess Kyra appears to Toma and gloatingly tells him that 3 of his friends have been captured. Toma rushes off to find Yo, who has also been approached by Kyra. Knowing that their companions are being tortured, Toma and Yo journey together to the Netherworld with some help from Shuten to find and rescue their companions, and narrowly avoid being captured by the dynasty on several occasions. Toma takes a risk by sacrificing himself into the dynasty hands so that he could find the 3 captured troopers and set them free. After their reunion, Kyra's golden amulet is destroyed, causing her to lose the control Arago has over her. In an attempt to keep her under the dynasty's control, Badimon, the Lord of the Nether Spirits, takes possession of Kyra's body and uses her to capture and imprison the Ronin and the warlords, who have finally realized that Arago has been using them all along. Shuten breaks free from his prison and dies in his efforts to free Kyra from Badimon's control. The Ronin and the warlords break free from their prisons and join forces to battle Arago. Arago creates a bridge to the human world and succeeds in getting humans to bend to his will. However, the troopers appear and tell him this time they would defeat him once and for all. Yo calls forth the white armor and merges with Arago. While the power of his virtue temporarily restrains the Demon Emperor, he tells his friends to attack him. His friends at first hesitate, but tearfully attack the Demon Emperor in one of the most beautiful displays of Bishonen nudity ever created. Yo fortunately survives, and everyone celebrates about how their roles as the samurai troopers is over.